Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we have the amazing, the stunning Just Neja Medved. We're going to kick off with one of her tracks. This is called Play That Bass. Let's go.
As a guy I met these days, I really like the way he plays, 'cause he knows his craft. Oh man, does he know his craft. I snap my fingers and stomp my feet every time he plays that beat. I forget if there's anything else I should do instead. Play that bass, play it every day, play it in every possible way. Never stop that bass, never stop that bass. Play until your fingers get sore, and then go on and play some more. Never stop that bass, never stop that bass. Bass is such a thing, you see, that can make a groove for me. Never stop that bass, never stop that bass. Play it hot or play it sweet, just as long as you make that beat. Never stop that bass, never stop that bass. Who can rock that bass? They can rock it in 1,000 ways. So sometimes I just wish I could play little bass myself too. Play that bass, play it every day, play it in every possible way. Never stop that bass, never stop that bass. Play until your fingers get sore, and then go on and play some more. Never stop that bass, never stop that bass.
Good morning. I'm not on my game today. Hey, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the show. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Good to see you all. It is Friday here in Australia, and I'm excited. Why? Because we have, again, another fantastic interview coming out with a really stunning, absolutely stunning artist on the show today. And it's the end of the week for me, so I get to have a day off tomorrow, which I'm always hyped about, yeah, because it's always a long week here on YouTube. I hope everybody is doing well out there in YouTube and Twitch land. Alrighty, shall we just jump in? Oh, before I do jump in, I want to let you guys know, after today's show, we have a very special event, and I'm sure at the end of the show, one of my amazing moderators will put a link into the channel, because there is a premiere happening straight after this for Night Train 1988's album that is being launched on his channel. So we'll send you all over there straight after this, so stick around to the end so you can head over and watch that fantastic premiere. I'll be there, and I'm sure you will be there too, yeah. Alrighty, so I first came across this artist, I think the first time I saw her was on Metalhead Hippie's channel, and I was like, the hell is this? Who is this quirky, creative, delightful human being who is creating music like that? I've not heard anything like this before. Who kind of had this, reminding me of like this Björk character with this really unique, quirky kind of thing, who with these really cool video clips. And I'm like, I want to know more about this person. And, well, guess what? It didn't take long before I found out so much more, because her music seemed to be everywhere around all the YouTube channels playing music. And before long, I had all of her music as well. And so it's been a while. I've wanted her to come on the show just to find out what makes her tick, and to find out more about where she's from and how the music industry differs to the rest of us. So she is from Slovenia, and I'm guessing, because I didn't ask this in the beginning, but I guess this can be a talking point. Everyone calls her Naya, but the way her name is spelled is like Jerneja. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but we'll get to that. So I'm going to say for now, Jerneja Medved, or as she's known on as her musical character, is Just Neja. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show for the first time ever, Just Neja. Hello, how are you?
Hi. I'm awesome. Thank you. Happy to be
It
here.
is awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a little bit of short notice, wasn't it? Because I only asked you like last week. And so thank you very much.
It's the way I roll. Like things happen the same day usually. So that was like, oh.
So are you a spontaneous person?
Very much, yes.
And
sometimes it's annoying to other people.
why is it annoying for you to be so spontaneous?
Oh,
It's cool for you.
The thing is that I work very well with some people, because I'm like, I get an idea. If possible, I like to have it done in a couple of days. And not everyone likes to work this way, but yeah, it's kind of, I'm in the spur of a moment, I have to do it. So
you come up with ideas for music, and are you saying that you're very quick to get things out, get things made? Do you put together these things very quickly? Well, you have an idea and then you just smash it out the park? Because I know when you sent me like ideas for songs, what we're going to play on today's show, I was like, all right, so we're going to play these. And you said, I'm going to have another song out in a couple of days' time. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I really wanted to have it on the show because it's new and it's so cool. I love the kazoo. I bought the kazoo on Friday. And it's like, yeah, this is exactly what the song needed. And I showed the draft of the song in Songwriters Anonymous. And Jim Herbert, he was like, you want to do a song together? And I was like, sure. And the same evening, he sent me an instrumental, and I played kazoo on it, like half an hour, because I was supposed to put my kids to bed. My husband was out partying. I was supposed to put my kids to bed. I was like, oh, they can survive for half an hour more. So I sent it to half an hour later, and he, like in the morning, he made a video. So the next morning, it was already in the Songwriters Anonymous and on Facebook.
So you just go, I want a kazoo in my song. I'm just going to go and buy a kazoo, and days later, you've got a kazoo in a song. Why can't I be that creative?
Yeah, it's the coolest thing ever. I don't know how could I have ever lived without a kazoo.
So your advice for everybody today is you haven't lived until you've got a kazoo. By the end of today, go out and buy a kazoo, or you may as well give up music, yeah?
You're missing out.
You're just not real if you don't have a kazoo. All right, I'm going to hit you with my first question that I hit everyone with. Naya, what does music mean to you?
That's a very good question.
There's going to be a lot of those.
Yeah, right now it's literally what keeps me going. Like, literally, you get up in the morning, you do your duties, but you have to have something, to give you the drive to life. And for me, it's like, I know I have to get up in the morning, do all the usual stuff, but then, that sugar on top is, I have this song and I have that song and I have to play this and I gotta finish the lyrics and, oh, this is gonna be done so soon. I have to make a video. And it's like what keeps me going. It's like my drive comes from music.
It's really interesting where we are at this stage as artists. I remember growing up, and I'll get your thoughts on this too. When you're growing up, you see these rock and roll artists, all these people we look up to, and you think, I wonder how they live. And here we are in 2022, and we're living our daily lives, and we're still cramming in these. Got to get up and record this bass line and record this and do our vocals, and then we've got to put together this video clip and upload it. It's almost like we really are living like as rock and roll stars without the glitz and glamour and fame and fortune, because we've still got to do all that typical shit that we got to do. Has music been a thing for you that has got you through good times and bad times? Has it been like, has there been a time in your life where music has saved you from some dark places?
Definitely. In one period of my time where like guitar was my best friend was in high school. I left my hometown at 14 for technical school, and I just came to the capital. Didn't know anyone but my mom's family. My grandma lives there. But other than that, it was like came to a school, all new people, all new kids. Didn't know anyone. Like it was all so strange and so difficult. And I took my dad's guitar that was laying on top of the wardrobe ever since I remember, and I started to learn. I didn't have any, chords or anything. So my neighbor, I asked her, it was a song of Lenny Kravitz, and I asked her, can you just show me what notes do I have to play for this song? And she played them, and I found them on the fretboard. And so I was playing G in a really weird way. But that was my beginning. So those 4 years of technical school, definitely the guitar got me through that time. And I was playing it like everywhere, on the bus. It took, the bus took 2 hours at that time from my hometown to the capital. And every Monday or Sunday, depends on the school time. And Friday, I would take a bus home and to Ljubljana. And I would play the whole way, like all the kids knew me, everyone knew me. I would be the girl with the guitar, playing guitar on the bus always.
Would you class yourself at school as being were you the odd one out at school? Were you the black sheep?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
Hands up those in the chat who were the black sheep as well. I'm sure everyone's going to put their hand up. Did that affect you in any way, being like, was there any negativity that came towards you for that, being that black sheep? Was it hard to get along with people? I found it hard to get along with people. I just used to try and make people laugh to try and deal with human beings. If they were laughing, then they wouldn't pick on me. That's what I thought.
Not at that time. Socially, that was a good time for me. Like, it was super stressful. It was horrible. But socially, I was actually thriving. It was a very, special environment. It was a technical school that only accepted 60 kids from the entire state every year. So we were, from every possible part of the country, which meant that everyone was far away from home, and we were still kids. So we bonded really, really tight, and the guitar was my coping mechanism, and actually I was accepted for that.
Oh, what?
Which was a really, really big change from the elementary school. Huge change.
So music, you feel, helps you blend in with the, I call them normies. with the boring people.
There were no boring people here. It was a really specific school. Because of that, first of all, everyone was a little bit artistic because it was a technical school for dental technicians, and you have to have some artistic skills to do that. That was one reason, and the other one, everyone was thrown into a strange environment, so we bonded really tight, and we were all a little special, like a special species. I always felt like.
And you are from Slovenia. Tell me, where is that in Europe? I'm going to bring up a map as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're in between Croatia and Austria, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because I didn't know, I had to look it up because I'm a stupid Aussie. I don't know these things. So there you go. If you didn't know, this is where Slovenia. Let's do a zoom in. And
oh my God, there's Celje. You just zoomed to Celje. I'm so close to this, like super close. Jade is my nearest town, so you found my house.
I've pinpointed your house. You're going to start getting mail from all these people now. Hello, we found you. Because I remember when I was looking out, I'm like going through all these places. I'm like, I'm terrible with maps, especially Europe. I just always think everything's in one place in Europe. So, yeah, I'm a stupid Aussie. And I've been to Italy as well, and I really should have known that. So you're actually close to, well, I don't know even how you would say that place there. I'm terrible. So what I want to ask is, growing up and music, do you recall the music that was played in your household as a kid, and has it influenced you? And who were some of the artists that you remember being played in your house growing up?
Well, I was definitely, as a kid, I was an ABBA.
Yep.
ABBA. We call it ABBA. ABBA fan. That was one thing, and also like Jason.
Oh my
Donovan.
God!
I'm an 80s kid.
Oh my God, Jason Donovan!
He was huge.
That's.
But also my mom liked Freddie Mercury. I remember the Barcelona tape.
Oh, I've heard it all now. So Freddie Mercury, your mum loved Freddie Mercury. Well, there's some good taste. I don't know what to tell you about Jason Donovan.
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, we tried to get rid of him. We tried to send him over to the UK and get rid of him from Australia. We deported him, basically.
My dad had a little more rock and roll soul, but didn't really play much. I know he loved Jimi Hendrix and Susie Quattro, but I got him one time at technical school. We went to Munich for a trip, and I bought him CDs because he didn't have his, I don't know, LPs or what did he used to have. I bought him a couple of CDs of Susie Quattro and Jimi Hendrix, but I don't know. He didn't. I never heard that much at home. Actually, it was when MTV started that I got some with kind of. It was able to experience a little more music and research a little more.
Interesting, Jason Donovan. I'm gonna.
I'm stuck with you, isn't it? Well, I'm honest. I'm not proud of it, but I'm honest.
So, and do you remember the first album that you purchased when you were young, and even the first album that was maybe purchased for you for Christmas or for your birthday, something that was bought for you?
Well, the last one I don't remember, no. Well, my first album, yes, I remember very well what it was, and it's another thing that, it's not something I'm super proud of, but I lived in a small town. We had one shop, and they had Dr. Alban. That's what. So, yeah, the first album that I actually chose was a big one from Aerosmith. That was something that I ordered. I asked in the store if they could order it for me from Germany. So that was the first album that I actually chose.
Aerosmith.
It's my like.
So you're a big fan of Aerosmith? I would never have picked that. I don't know what I would have picked from yours. What other artists now influence you with your music?
Well, I used to be straightly like hard rock. Yeah, AC/DC, Metallica. I know I pronounce some of the names weird because we just pronounce them, like every day in our own way. So, yeah, I was big on hard rock, and then my husband and I started swing dancing, and that opened like a whole new world to me also musically. So I researched a lot of jazz, like Peggy Lee, Andrew's sisters. We danced to Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy at our wedding. It was super cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah. We made a whole show. We started waltz, the band started playing waltz, and we were like acting really clumsy, and then we stopped and we made like this one for
That's awesome.
and then they played Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy for us.
I got to meet your partner very briefly. I didn't get to meet him come in, but I thought it was very sweet that before the show, folks, he came in to just make sure that Naya had everything she needed, and I thought that was really sweet. So, how does your partner feel about your music?
Well, he is definitely supportive. But it's not like we are we do or each our own thing, He's in car racing, and he spends a lot of time doing that, and like it's his passion, and this is my passion. So it's like he does his own thing, I do my own thing, and when we're together, we're together. So it's not like he's always involved, and I don't usually even tell him about what I'm doing at the time. Especially, I stopped showing him my music because, by the time that you finish, it's like a gazillion times, that you play, that you listen to it. And then I was like, oh, my song is, finished. You want to hear it? And I was like, yeah, I heard it like 1,000 times. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I stopped showing him. Now I only show it when it's done, or even he sees it on YouTube. He's my subscriber, though. I haven't had a partner for a while, and I'm really glad about that at this point, because I always used to feel bad because I'd be in the other room. I know when I recorded my last album, that took 6 months to record, and I felt so sorry for my partner being in the other room for 6 months listening to me with headphones on going, no, and I must have sounded like shit so many times. Because, believe it or not, people think, oh, you're a good vocalist. You should hear the stuff that I don't record. It's terrible. But, we're all like that. But that's the thing. When you're recording, you've got to try everything. You've just got to yell it out and try everything. And I feel terrible for the people who are in a house with me. Like now I've just got a new flatmate who's moved in, and I always feel terrible when I'm singing. Especially when I do the opening hours on the weekend, and if I'm doing like singing to a cover and there's only music in the headphones, no guitar, he must think that I am a lunatic in here just screaming to nothing. So, and I'm sure there's many people in the chat who can relate, absolutely. I want to thank Russ very much for the kind super chat, who's written, Mrs. Mangle strikes again. See, Russ has a thing for neighbours. Naya, I don't know if you did. You clearly must know what Neighbours is if you know who Jason Donovan is. I'm guessing, but Russ loves Mrs. Mangle for some reason. I don't know why. He's a weirdo. So you went to a creative school where you're encouraged to be artistic. What kind of lessons do you had? Because you seem like a multi-instrumentalist. Am I correct there? I actually, I'm very, very much not skilled. What you hear is all, I practice it like a lunatic, and did 1,000 takes before it sounded right. I'm not actually. I'm like really, really not like, someone who just picks up a guitar and plays something and sounds cool and you can just record it, Everything takes me like a gazillion repetitions and stuff. So I do play a couple of things, but it's not like...
So hang on, I'll answer your question for you. Yes, you are a multi-instrumentalist. It doesn't matter how many takes it takes for you. But you play multiple instruments. I mean, you do. Look, you've got a keyboard, guitar, you play bass, you play kazoo, for God's sake.
Yeah, that is true. I rock on kazoo. That is true. I'm absolutely confident.
So are you going to add the kazoo to your repertoire of instruments on your bio? And qualified kazoo player as well. So, I love it.
I got a couple of remarks actually. Some people felt that the kazoo is below me. And I was like, you don't know me at all.
So when you're in school, were you like a lot of us? And I've done a lot of these interviews, over 60 of them now, and nearly every person I ask, what was the first instrument you were kind of started learning? Were you one of those people who got forced to learn the recorder at school?
What?
The recorder, the wooden flute thing. No, oh my God! So you don't have a scarred childhood?
I do, but it's piano. So I had to get over that to buy my pretty little keyboard. It took me a year before I accepted that a keyboard is actually a nice
So
thing.
did you have a piano teacher when you were young?
It was
Were they mean?
No, I don't think so. I just didn't like doing that. It was not my choice, and if it's not your choice, then you're not gonna want to do it. So I was literally the only kid in music school that preferred the theory over the instrument. So the good thing is that I learned the little theory that I know, I learned it that year as a kid.
Well, I'm going to play another track. And I'm going to play a track that I talked about with you at the beginning of the show. So this was the first song I saw of you, and I really related to this song. I'm going to bring this up. We talked about this before the show, and then after this song, we'll come back and say hello to everybody in the chat. So thank you all for being here, as usual. I haven't forgotten you. I know you're there. It's normally these shows we just like to jump in and get the show going, and then we say hello to you all. But this song I saw on Metalhead Hippie's channel, and it's called Girl Inside. And why it resonated with me was being a trans person myself and living my whole life feeling trapped, stuck inside this body. When I see songs like Counting Crows have a song like this about being just a girl, and it really resonated with me. Just the way you put together the clip, and I said this to you before the show, it kind of reminded me of like you were like a living Barbie doll moving around in this house with all these different costumes. So I'll play the track, and then when we come back, I want to ask you what it's about and why you created this song. So, folks, kick back, relax, grab a beverage, and this is Just a Girl by Just Girl Inside by Just Neja. Get it right, Jade. I'm all over the place today. All right, well,
since you want to get it right,
is it Neja?
Actually,
Thank you. See, I'm an Aussie. I'm dumb. Neja, there we go. And what about your did I get the other? Because with the J spelling, is it still Neja that way?
You were much better than any English-speaking person that I heard pronounce my name, so you were really close. It's Jerneja.
Jerneja, yeah. All right. Yeah. See, I won't forget that now. Jerneja. There we go. All right. Sure. Good stuff, folks. You ready? Buckle in, because I love this song. And it was the first song that I saw, and it got me interested in getting all the rest of Neja's material. Let's do it. Let's go. You ready? Boom.
jeans and my hair is a mess. I'm sorry. You think I'm too rough to wear a dress. I'm sorry. I'll have to be judged by what you say. But thanks for the way you think of me. I don't give a crap if I get mud on my shoes. I'm sorry. I hide in my room when I get the blues. I'm sorry. A good little princess is dead, but she will hunt you for the things that you said. Life is too short to be powdering my nose. I'm sorry. I rarely take time to paint the nails on my toes. I'm sorry. I'll have to be judged by my look. Maybe I should write a book about how women love to be judged for everything we do. Either way we choose, it's never good enough for you. If I'm good at work, then I am a bitch, how sweet. Gold digger, of course, if the husband is rich, that's neat. Oh, and I should never forget, to be a lady I can break a sweat. Women really love to be put labels on. There's no need to bother, we are always wrong. Tomboy, call me a tomboy, but I am a girl who's sweet. Tomboy is not a nice word, but I will be alright. I probably shouldn't say, but you're not hot when you think this way. Tomboy, call me a tomboy, but I am a girl who's sweet. Tomboy is not a nice word, but I will be alright. Tomboy, call me a tomboy, but I am a girl who's sweet. Tomboy is not a nice word, but I will be alright. I'm not smart enough to see what you guys want us to be. Tomboy, call me a tomboy, but I am a girl who's sweet. Tomboy is not a nice word, but I will be alright.
Hello and welcome back. Oh, I keep forgetting to stop music today. God, I'm all over the place. So that was Girl Inside. Now, from what I get from that track, was being a woman, being a female on this planet is incredibly hard work because people have so many fucking expectations. People have these ideas in their minds of exactly what a woman must be in their mind, and if you don't fit that fucking stereotype, you're somehow not a woman. Am I somewhere on the right path with that song there?
Definitely. Definitely.
Now I find it very hard to see that anybody would judge you in that kind of way. But as we had a chat before the show, and you said, because of your height and things, this is something you've had to come across, and the lyrics in there about being a tomboy and being judged as a tomboy and that kind of thing. This is a thing, man. And I've got to see it from both sides. Being trans, I've lived half my life as a dude and another half as a female. I've got this perspective that many people won't have, and I'm a bit lucky for that. But yeah, it's a thing. How have you had to cope with that? Being, to me, I see a woman who's 6 foot tall and think that's absolutely sexy as hell. But I don't know how anybody could get worked up over that. So.
Well, it's just, I was always treated, as a kid already, you're strong, you're gonna do this, or I used to take dance lessons as a kid, and of course there wasn't enough boys, and because I was tall, I had to dance as a boy. What the fuck? So unfair. You're always treated like, like I'm rough and stuff, and also, I'm not fancy. I just don't feel like putting makeup on my face. I hate it. And I like to dress casual and, as I feel like. So that doesn't mean I'm not a woman, and I feel very feminine, actually. So when I'm called a tomboy, I don't like it. And this was like someone calling me a tomboy repeatedly. It's not like I was really pissed off about it, but I'm definitely not gonna be quiet about it. So, well, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do if something bothers me.
Yeah, and I love that you have the creative freedom to do that, because this is the way you get these things out and let people know. I think stereotypes have a place in this world, of course. You need some kind of, I guess, categorical system to be able to talk about things, but it freaks me out. We said this before the show too. If you're a person who's sitting around judging somebody on their height or how they dress or I think you fucking don't have a lot going on in your life, and maybe you need to change your life. You must be bored as fuck to be sitting there concerned. Like it's quite odd. It's odd behavior. I don't know how people get tied up into that kind of thought process. Maybe it's just that they're pissed off at themselves. I think that's what do you think on that? Is this a reflection of other their own insecurities?
Absolutely. There's two things that can make you hate other people. Only two things. Something that bothers you at yourself that you're not aware of, or something that you miss at yourself that you're not aware of. That is two things that can trigger you to hate someone. You're not gonna hate someone just if you don't see yourself in them, you're not gonna hate them.
And it's taken me a long time to actually get that through my head and realize that. For the longest time, I used to sit there and get offended. And now these days, whenever it kind of happens or it comes in my direction, I just think, oh, you poor thing. God, you have to go home and look in the mirror every day and deal with that inner hatred. That must be such a torturous thing, But I'm glad you created that song, because it was the first song I saw of yours, and I really identified with it too. And I'm sure there are many women who that's going to identify with. Tell us about the video clip, because look, it's one of the things I love about your music is these video clips that you put together. They're always, they seem like they're done on this very small budget, but they have this unique quirkiness. It's almost like, when I used to see what I thought was somebody cool at school, and the things they were doing were really cool, I think, why can't I do that? And then you start to realize it's not because they're cool. It's just because that's naturally their thing. They have a natural ability. And I think that's, how do you come up with the ideas for a video clip, something like that? I mean, it's looks very simple, but it's very effective.
It's so spontaneous. It's like, sometimes, many times, it's when I'm writing the song, I'm already seeing the video. I already know what I want in the video. But sometimes not. Sometimes I finish the song, like, what am I going to do? What do I have at hand,
Yeah.
Sometimes I buy stuff, like it's not so low budget. I have bought a week once. Every now and then I buy a little something, but I just work with what I have. So a lot of times it's my kids' toys or just scenery. I am lucky to live in quite a cool place. I have there's a little creek across the road that I can use, or just go to the forest, just pick something up.
Yeah,
Just
I was
something
going to ask
pops
that
into
too,
my
because
head.
you have a lot of, in your video clips, a lot of nature shots around where you're outside and, are you in an area where, you seem like you're in an area where you have a lot of space and you don't have houses like right next to you. So you're not in a congested area. Was that helpful during the last, you know what? I'll come back to this. Let's say hello to folks in the chat. I don't want to neglect them. So thank you all for being here. There's like 38 of you here right now. So thank you all for being here. And if you would like me to call your name, type something in the chat now. Say hello. Just type anything and I'll read your name. Let's do it, all right? James Herbert. We've got Rick Nelson, Chris Lane Sr., Black Covers, Hugh Caldwell, Metalhead Hippie. Let's see. Welton Kinder. The Falcro, Auntie G, Barry Glenn, Tremor Bear, Russ 8889, stunning. Joe Glenn, Maze End Music Lab, which is Jude, Sid Vasquez. Hello to you all. Mark EFX. Thank you guys for playing with me. It saves me scrolling up. Benedict Stewart, PJ Kobe. Thank you all for being here. Kim Harden Hudson, did I miss you? Kim, how can I miss you, Kim? Feisty Feather. Did I say Chris Lane Sr.? I'm pretty sure I did. Dude, you guys are... Gary Hubbs is here as well. Dominic Torregrossa. Jamie Mallender. You guys rock for doing that for me. So I think I've got most people. If I've missed you, you weren't quick. A pain to get. You weren't quick enough. You had your chance. Thomas Christ. Fantastic admin. Thanks for being here. All righty. Let's get on. All right. I wanted to ask you, during the I'll call it the inconvenience, the last 2 years of this whole pandemic and stuff, how, and this is just getting back to the space where you live, was it good to, like, I'm guessing you are living in more of an open area. Was it good to have that open space to get out and not feel so trapped? And how did you cope during the last 2 years of this mess that we're in?
Well, yeah, living in like the mountains definitely helped a lot. I cannot imagine being stuck in an apartment. We weren't able to go to town and stuff like that, but we had this huge, enormous yard to play with our dog and, kids riding bikes and stuff. So it was really not as horrible as it could be, if we were in a city or a town or something. So yeah, that definitely helped.
And do you feel it helped with your creativity as well? Because I've had a lot of people on here too, and, I'll say it again, I've said it many times, there's this guilt that I felt during the inconvenience, as I like to call it, so YouTube don't censor me. There's this guilt I had during it because I really thrived. Even though I was locked in my apartment, I really thrived because it felt like the world shut down and I had time to breathe and let myself catch up with the world that already felt like it was spinning out of control. And I was at my most creative. I started this channel because of it. And I know a lot of people started making music and they got this chance to breathe. Do you feel like you were given that opportunity to flourish when this happened? And how so, if so?
Well, not in this specific way, but kind of, yeah, because it didn't change my life in a way that I would have more time, but other people had more time. So I definitely found a lot of awesome people to work with because they had time, to explore the internet and to start collabs and stuff. So yeah, in that way, definitely.
And did you, because I'm looking at your music here, you've released a fair bit of music in a really short amount of time. So does that, is that part of why you've been releasing? I mean, you're very prolific at the moment. And I'm quite jealous because I wish I could pump out as much music as what you are at the moment. But unfortunately, doing this show has sucked some of my creativity from me because I'm constantly doing this, which is shit. But at the same time, I get to see other people flourish, which is amazing. So, all right, let me get my. I've got so many questions, and I'm falling into a hole. I want to ask, because you've created so much stuff over the last couple of years, releasing it. How have you gone releasing music? Because am I right in this? You can't view Spotify in Slovenia?
No, not really, no. It's kind of, I don't know, blocked or something. I mean, you can get on and make an account, but you cannot really watch stuff that you want to watch, so no. I asked my friends to check if my stuff is on Spotify when I release it through Horus, and they put it on everywhere. But yeah,
I found that really freaky because I would have expected something like that from China or something. Just to hear that you couldn't even view your own music on Spotify there, I just found that really bizarre, and I wonder why that is.
we have super strict
Right.
copyright laws. That's the reason that we cannot access many things, because if I copyrighted my stuff here, everyone in the world who would play my music would have to pay them, and then they would collect money from everyone in the world who plays my music. And obviously I'm not doing that because I
Yeah.
want my music played, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to charge people so no one would play my
Yeah,
music.
copyright's a bizarre thing. I know there are certain, like me and Pete, we released a Ben Folds cover through DistroKid, and it got released worldwide. I had to pay, a licensing fee to use the actual music from Ben Folds, but it's available everywhere, and for some reason, it's not available in Canada. Like, I don't get it.
Oh.
Like, I would have thought, if anything, it would have been somewhere like China that you wouldn't get it. Really odd that Canada don't allow you to release covers on Apple Music and Spotify. Copyright is a bizarre thing. It's a landmine. I know a lot of people live in fear of it. Being a YouTuber, I live in fear of it. Like, when I had you on, before we're having you on the show, I had to question you like you were under interrogation to find out what songs I could play, but I wouldn't get a claim. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
You're completely whitelisted
Well,
now,
thank
but
you for
yeah.
that. So, now you make music, so you've been recording music in your home. Do you have you played live? Have you played in bands or anything like that before?
No. Actually, I played a couple of with just for a couple of friends a couple of times, but then I didn't play for almost 20 years. Until 2019, my guitar was just collecting dust. I had only one guitar. All these were bought in the last 2 years.
So that's what the pandemic did. You ended up buying gear.
No, that happened. Yeah, that is true. And yeah, the guy in the store, who is now very familiar with me, said that, they thought the sales would go down, but actually they were out of stuff. Everything was sold. They didn't have guitars anymore because everything went. Because people were just buying, instruments to keep themselves busy.
And it's still like that now. There's so many things online that you can't get because people went crazy, especially webcams. I remember the webcams that I used for the show, the first two that I bought were like $50. And as soon as the pandemic hit, they went up to $140. So people started capitalizing on it, and because they knew we were all stuck at home and we all needed webcams, and then all the instruments just started disappearing off the shelves, and now it's still so hard to get things. I think manufacturers are finding it hard to keep up. So do you have plans to, now that you have a massive catalogue of music building up, do you have plans of actually playing music and getting out and doing this? And if so, how would you do it?
Um, I I don't think I'm capable of doing that actually. Uh, I'm not super healthy, so when I record, I like forget my chords, I forget my lines. I have to repeat it like gazillion times. So I had super difficult time finding that setting that you needed me to find. So I don't think that would work very well for me.
So, sorry. So you have health issue around remembering stuff.
Mm,
That's got to be hard. Is that something
yeah.
that's and hey, you brought it up, so I'm going to ask about it. That's what these shows are about. Is this something that you've been battling with for a long time, or is this a new thing?
I just got diagnosed in August 2020. 2020 was like the worst year ever. I was like going around doctors trying to figure out what was wrong with me. But yeah, 2020 was the year when I was diagnosed with MS. So many things are like way harder for me than most of the people.
Babe, I'm so sorry to hear that because hey, at the end of the day, this isn't a death sentence or anything like that, and I'm sure you're going to absolutely smash it out of the park. You're an incredibly vibrant, talented, exciting human being. And very, very happy from my short time knowing you. So, for like, is this something that's, I guess, has this played into some of the songs? Has this spurred you on with your songwriting? Has this been a catalyst in what you're doing lately?
Yeah, definitely. Because I believe that, when you get sick like this, there must be a reason. And I believe the reason is that you weren't faithful to yourself. So doing this, I'm doing exactly what I feel I need to be doing. And I believe this is a bond to life. This is holding me, connected to life. I don't forgot your question.
No. You answered it.
Yeah. I have a lot of songs that are, it's somewhere in the song what's happening to me and what I'm going through.
Yeah, and it's weird because I don't know you, and I'm getting to know you now, but I can hear all these things in your songs. That for all the quirkiness and joy that comes across in your songs, there is a story that's a running theme of a story with you, which is I guess one of the things that's attracting a lot of us to your music. Like we can see all this. It's not one of the reasons I found Pete Johns and got into his music. I listened to his first album, and I heard this story about this guy who's kind of had a life of people treating him like shit, and now he's standing on his own 2 feet and all this kind of thing. I hear that with you. So, look, I think it's incredible. And you know me, I'm a believer in do the things that make you happy. And I absolutely agree. I was in the same boat. I have a really awful chronic blood condition that I'm stuck with forever. And if I didn't start doing the things that make me happy, I would have just let myself disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we do what we need to do to go on, right?
Yeah. And I think being creative is one of those things that can really pull you out of a hole because when you do get diagnosed with something like this, and here's a running theme too. I'm not taking anything away from what's going on with you, but there seems to be a lot of us within these communities of making music here on YouTube that are dealing with some pretty hardcore stuff. Nearly every person I've had on this show has some kind of thing going on that is really troubling, some kind of health issue. It's a running theme. And music has really, really, I wouldn't be alive without it. I know that. I don't know. And that's why I asked the question at the start of the show. What does it mean to you? Clearly it means a lot to all of us because we're all here.
Yeah.
I'm going to play another song of yours right now. And I'm going to play, let's see, let me get my shit together. I'm going to play the latest collab you did, which I played during this week, which is with Dominic. Tell us about how you came across meeting Dominic and doing covers with him, doing collaborations with him.
I saw him on Ron's show and I thought he was cool, so I sent him a friend request on Facebook, and he instantly messaged me and we started talking, and he mentioned that he has a group. I was like, okay, cool, that sounds cool. And it was like a month or two later that he added me to the group, and I was like, oh my god, this is my place. I fit right in. And yeah, we started doing things together, so it's really cool. So Songwriters Anonymous, hi, you're the best.
I really enjoyed the first track you did together, where it was you in your kitchen and Dominic was sitting around in his lounge room, and you shot this amazing, you know what, I'm going to play it later on in the show too, because I love that clip. I love the spirit of it, of just two people in totally different countries just coming together, shooting the shit, these video clips of them just in the kitchen, just in the lounge room, just doing their thing. It really shows that, you know, we really live in a time where we are able to create such fantastic stuff over the internet. So let's play this. This was again very recently released. Neja is just pulling these songs out of her butt super fast. So this is Where the Cactus Grows, folks. So kick back. Let me get my volumes happening good. And we'll be back in a second. So enjoy, folks, and see you soon. Oh, yeah.
Somewhere in a desert, very far away, little armadillo's crying every single day. 'Cause every time he meets a mammal, he just feels so insecure. He looks like a bandit, but his little heart is pure. Where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows, where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows, sucking on the crossroad of the rock, the dust and stone. Little armadillo's always feeling so alone, until the thunder comes and orange cloud covers the sky. He thinks his day has come and he is all prepared to die. Where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows, where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows. The noise gradually settles and he can breathe again. His eyes still full of tears, but hey, now he can see a friend. It's the most gorgeous female armadillo's ever seen. Her armor's blue and silver, God knows places she has been. Where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows, where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows. He carefully approaches, he flirts like on a dare. Then he tries to kiss her and she doesn't seem to care. Her lips are so much sweeter than anything he tried before. Since she doesn't seem to mind, he just keeps taking more. Where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows, where cactus grows, nobody knows the drama shows. Where cactus grows. His heart is racing like a
I stopped it in time this time. Well done. Where Cactus Grows. Dominic Terragrossa and Just Neja. I got it right, didn't I? I am remembering. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
So I got a couple of questions about that, definitely. So first, I want to know, are you two going to do an album together? I would love to see a full album with both of you, because both the songs the two that I've heard are incredible, and I'm sure people will agree, or even an EP. I think you guys need to do a full thing together.
As long as we're doing stuff, I'm happy. I don't know if there's gonna be an album. I don't think much, far ahead. I'm just doing what I'm doing at the moment. So I'll be happy if we do another song and then another song and then another song. But we'll see as it comes. And the music, I don't like to plan music a lot. Usually, like this song, it just happened by accident. Dominic sent a 30-second clip and was like, what am I supposed to do with this? Is this any good? I was instantly, this is a storytelling song, definitely.
I love it. I'm so jealous of your spontaneity. God, I have to plan shit out. It's just awful. So the artwork in that, how did that, is that, are these your drawings? I wanted to know this stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So tell us about this, because you are incredibly talented on so many levels. I think it's one of the highlights of your clips, these little pieces of art and things that you put in there. Was this a thing that you've, drawing, was this a passion from a young age or what?
Yeah, it was. Actually, I mentioned technical school, and I played guitar throughout the technical school and everything. And the problem why I stopped playing guitar was because I decided I wanted to get at the art university, and it was incredibly expensive to be paying for guitar lessons and painting lessons. So since I thought it was going to be my career, I dropped guitar lessons and I went for painting lessons. But then they didn't take me. So that was a loss. I did learn to paint a little, but I stopped learning guitar. Oh well, now I do both.
It's interesting with art school and things like that, because I too draw and do a fair bit of that stuff and animate and that kind of thing. And I always think the people who get through that stuff aren't, I'm just going to say it, are people who are yes people and follow direction. And I think it's really bizarre how when art is such a subjective thing, and the best art comes from utter creativity and really out of the box thinking, that someone who is thinking out of the box gets overlooked. I think art is something that when you try and teach it, you can't teach art. You either have this thing that stands out, so, you getting not accepted is a sign that you're actually talented, in my view. It's bizarre.
I don't know. I think about my piano lessons in that way. It would suit me so well to be a skilled pianist right now. But I believe if I stayed in music school for the 6 years and got, that degree, whatever you get at the end, I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing today. Because they would put my mind in a box. And now I don't have the skills, but I'm getting better, and I'm doing exactly what I feel like doing. So it's good in a way. I wish I could play better, but I have my mind is free. I don't have no limitations, and no one killed my spirit with teaching me all that stuff. That would be useful now, but okay.
Yeah. Chris Lane has written here, you can teach technique. You can, but you can't teach talent. And it's true. It's absolutely true, or originality or vision. You can't teach vision. People have vision from life experience and from the things they see, and that's how they express it. You can't ever get inside somebody's head and think for them and understand that. So after you did all this technical college and all that stuff, you said you had a break from playing music for quite a while. Is this because family? Did you started a family? Is this part of the reason, or?
Not really, no. It was just university was really difficult, and I was just doing other stuff, and mostly I didn't have the motivation to do it. You know, we didn't have what we have now. If you didn't have someone to play with, you could only play with a CD player, and that's pretty boring. So there was nothing that I could do that was new, because you can do that with one guitar. And I wasn't even writing back then. I wasn't writing before 2019, so I didn't have anything particular to do with the guitar.
Did I hear right earlier? You said you have kids.
Yeah,
What
I
are they?
have 2 kids.
What do they
A boy
think?
and a girl.
Yeah.
Well, now lately I have been noticing that they kind of dig some of my stuff. You know, Sometimes I said, "Can I put on a little music?" And my daughter would say, "Yeah, but not something of yours." And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna put something of mine."
So are they? But otherwise, are they fans of your music? Do they look at you like a rock star?
Well, I don't know. Maybe lately, this the Cactus song, and they like if I make a happy song. They don't like my sad song. They're like, "Oh, another sad song, Mom." I'm like, "Sorry, I had to."
Can I ask how old they are?
My son is 10 and my daughter is 9.
It always makes me wonder if, at school, they're saying, my my mum's cool. My mum makes music. She's on Spotify. We can't get Spotify here, but I always wonder if kids are like that, because we live in an age where your music is on the same platform as J-Lo, so that's really cool. And I don't know, do kids get that excited? I'm not sure. My kid's too old for that stuff.
In the first grade, my daughter, they had, the teacher would allow them to make a music request from YouTube. And my daughter would pick my song. And I was like, "Oh, so cute."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And now she still requests the same song. I'm like, "I made 40 songs since then. Can you request something else?" Because I really didn't do it well. I still like the songs, but they were not well played and recorded and sang. So I was like, "Can you request something better?"
That's awesome. I see there's a few other people that have joined us in the chat I should say hello to as well, because I do forget on these shows. I see Sean Chandler's here. Who else do I see? I think I saw Ian Luckett. Cy, good to see you. Cy, welcome aboard. Who else did I see that I've missed out on? Gregory O'Sullivan, and there's someone else I saw here. I'm just scrolling up because I don't want to miss this person, because I have a feeling. Let me see. Where are we? Sorry, this is really dead air at the moment. Is your partner in the chat? I thought I saw somebody who I thought might have been your partner. They're just something they wrote. I don't know why I thought that. Did I see?
I don't think so. Maybe.
What's his YouTube name? Sorry. Yes, he is here. He is here. Hang on, I'm trying to find what he wrote. He wrote something about this is what my crazy partner wife writes, or something like that. And I thought, I reckon that's your partner right there. So welcome to the chat. See, I'm pretty good. I can actually pick someone out. I actually thought it was him just by what he wrote, and now I can't even find the comment. I'm terrible at trying to find comments in the chat. It was during the song. So, yeah, but he's definitely here. So thanks for being here. What was I going to ask next? There's something else I was going to ask, and my brain is now all over the place. Let me get back to my thing here. Where are we? All right. So, creativity and coming up with all of these ideas and for your songs, for your video clips and your art and all this stuff. What is... how do you put all this stuff down onto recording? What are some of the software? Do you use a computer? Do you use a handheld device? What kind of recording setup do you have to turn your creativity into tangible listening stuff?
I use the very same computer I'm on now. I have a Focusrite Scarlett, and I use Ableton Reaper. That's pretty much. Have a mic, obviously.
Yeah, so Ableton, use Reaper as well. And did you say you're on a PC or a Mac? PC.
PC.
And how like to get into this stuff, was it a steep learning curve for you to, download this stuff and actually get into this using this software?
Definitely. I started on what's that I'm not gonna remember anyway. I started with some software and I actually tried to plug my guitar directly into the computer, and then I thought the computer died. Something happened and I thought I killed my computer. So yeah, then I had this friend from Italy at the time. I texted him in the middle of the night. I did this. Did I kill my computer? And he was like, why did you do that? You need an interface. And I said, what's an interface? And he said, Google it. So I did.
So was YouTube a part of your learning experience for getting something? I know many of us use YouTube. I use YouTube every day to learn more and more about stuff because I'm constantly learning. Was that something you've used?
Definitely. Yeah, but it was more, I don't know, I always had people who would guide me in a way. I always had a friend who knew more than I, so it's easier to just ask someone. I did obviously use YouTube also, but the basic stuff, when you know absolutely nothing, it's very hard. Like, you don't even know what to Google. So it's very good to have someone to tell you the basic things. And I luckily always
absolutely.
Had someone.
So now I know. Mr. C Turbo was the name I was looking for. Is that right? Yeah. Yes. So he definitely is here in the chat. So hello to you. Thanks for being here. He is watching. Well, I said I was going to play this song too. So I want to get this. I'm just going to squash this in here because let me find it. I did actually play this song on my channel. This is the Naya and Dominic Torregrossa song, 1000 Cookies, which I loved the first time I saw because I just love the casualness of it all. Of you both just in your own houses, just it's almost like you're just slumming around, slapping this together, and it just came out so good. So we'll play this and then we'll come back and talk about it a little bit, and then we'll got a few more questions and then we'll wrap this thing up. So folks, this is, let me make sure I've got it all queued up right. Professional show here, so professional. Not. All right, we're good. So this is 1000 Cookies, folks. I love this. And Kim Harden Hudson says, this was my introduction to Naya. So here we go. Let's do it. 1000 Cookies. Make sure my volume's up. Here we go. Boom.
Gonna sit at home. I have flour for 1000 cookies and I hate to bake alone. So I won't let I won't let you forget, I won't let. 'Cause we've got things to do. You have promised me the eggs and butter, but I only get a taste. What am I to do without the sugar? It shouldn't go to waste. So don't think twice if it feels nice to come and back again. Take your time, but there's no crime if we do it every now and then. I just really love the smell of pastry. I love the things we do. I have my own ways around the kitchen, but I'm better with you. So I won't let you forget, I won't let. 'Cause we've got a cake to make. Sit at home. I have flour for 1,000 cookies and I hate to bake alone. So I won't let you forget, I won't let. 'Cause we've got things to do.
I fucking love that song. Absolutely love that song. There's so much to unpack there with that song, right? So you've got you baking in there. You've got Dominic with that amazing hat. You're telling the story of how you made the song in the video clip. You've got it's so wonderful. There's something about that whole video that, like, if you're not smiling after that, you need therapy. All right, go see a psychiatrist right now. You're damaged if you're not smiling with that. And what I did notice, what I want to ask you about that in particular, from my keen eye, I can see that Dominic uses Logic Pro on Mac, and you use a PC. Are there any challenges with sending back and forward the files between two completely different systems for you guys?
Nothing major. The last time we worked, there was like his tracks were a little bit off at the beginning, but we fixed that. I mean, we just adjusted it. That was the only thing. Other than that, no, we just sent the tracks and put them together.
I think it goes to show, you see a lot of people, there's a lot of people out there who are very guarded about what they use. I use GarageBand only. I use this only. I use PC. I use this. It doesn't matter what you use, because you can still make it come together with whatever you're using. It absolutely is. It's just ones and zeros, as Pete John says. It really doesn't matter to create fantastic stuff like that. What about creating the video? Who put together the video clip in that?
I did.
So you just got Dom to send you a whole bunch of random stuff?
Yeah, he was super busy at the time. So he was like, okay, I'm going to do this quickly while I'm cleaning up my cabin before we pack it up, throw it into... He was super busy, so I just got those clips. And I had a raw idea of what I want to do. But when I got his clips, oh, this is gold. And then just new ideas just came like rain. And I put the gang in, and then they were stealing our stuff and everything. And it just started ideas like that. Dominic and I I don't know. When we start working together, ideas just show up out of nowhere, and it's fun stuff. I like that. I do quite some heavy and sad songs and everything, and I love that with Dominic. It's just like you gotta smile, all this fun stuff.
And it's very apparent how much enjoyment you got from it just by how much you lit up there, smiling so brightly as you explained it. I can genuinely see how much fun you had doing that. I mean, and it's true, it's hard to hide it when something's so much fun, and you can see it in the clip that you guys really had a great time working together. Clearly, it's working because people are digging what you guys are doing together. I just want to say thank you also to Metalhead Hippie for the super chat. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, and those of you who do send super chats, thank you so very much. It's so kind of you. Do you use any apps now? You use Android, yeah, for a mobile device.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use your Android device for anything that contributes for making video clips or for making music? Does that have a role in any of your productivity?
Oh, definitely. I kill my phones because I overburden them.
And what is your experience as an Android user? Because it's something I don't know much about, but clearly you can use them. So, what kind of apps do you use on Android to do this kind of stuff?
Sorry. UCut, definitely. I do a lot of. I think I did this entire video in UCut at 1,000 cookies.
What's it called? UCut?
And UCut, yeah.
Let's see.
It's a video montage app. That is definitely an important one. And then PicPack.
I think I
is super
found it.
cool.
I think I found it. Let's see. Is that it there? UCut. There you go. So, and is it a free thing? How much does something like this cost?
It is a free thing, but it doesn't give you enough options, so I actually paid for it. And now I can do a lot of stuff. Like, I have full freedom.
Awesome. And
it's just as good as the program on my PC. It's just a little more annoying to do it on a phone, so I've been moving back to the PC lately, but it's super useful.
Are there any other Android apps that you use? And I'll see if I can find them, because I've never done searches on the Google Play Store before.
PicPack, definitely PicPack. PicPack is super cool. I have a video that I absolutely love. It's a motion picture making app.
Is it Tic-Tac, did you say?
PicPack.
Oh.
PicPack.
Pick? Is it Pick?
Pick, yeah. It's PICPAC.
I see.
I can check what does the
There it
icon
is. I think I
look like.
found it.
Oh.
Is that it there? That one. Yeah, I think I found it.
Yeah, that.
So there's a free one and a paid one. PicPack Stop Motion Pro.
Yeah.
So this is how you do your animation.
It's really cool. No, I use this for motion pictures. I have a video that I made only with this. That's really cool. But no, for animation, I have what is it called? Animator, yeah, that you can actually draw. Because you can draw in PicPack, but it's mostly used for the photos that move very fast. You make frequent shots, and then you make a kind of movie that you can see that it's not a fluent movie. It's like
stop motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I noticed that in the last clip too, you had your hand puppets there doing that stop motion animation. Has it been handy having kids to have like all those toys laying around to do that?
Definitely. My daughter was dyeing her doll's hair the other night, and she asked me, "Mommy, is it okay if I do this because you use her for your videos?" Like, it's your toy, do whatever you want. You have more.
So clearly you get a lot of inspiration because from your kids. Is that true, to make video clips?
Yeah.
Because Barbie dolls,
definitely.
we've seen hand puppets, we've seen a whole lot of stuff. That's awesome.
And I love that they it's fun for them too. And they help me a lot. Like, for the girl inside, my daughter was super involved, and she did a lot of work with that dolls. When the elephant pooping in the doll's lap, that was her idea, and she did it also. I just set the phone and let her do everything.
Why does it not surprise me that a child came up with a pooping section? I mean, of course. Folks, if you're ever in a situation where you've got to look after children or you've got to deal with children, just talk about poo and things will be good, folks. Trust me. It just is what it is. You'll always win over a child with poo. We live in a bizarre world, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't change it for a thing. So, are there any other apps you want to mention that you use to help you with your creativity?
Well, definitely, I wouldn't, half of my songs would be gone without Audiolab, because I use it to record my ideas anywhere I am, at that very moment, because if I don't, they are gone.
Audio Lab,
Yeah.
there you go. So this is, remember, these are all Android apps, folks. So, if you don't have an iOS device, remember, audio to do you can do virtually the same kind of stuff without GarageBand on Android. It's not a death sentence or anything like that, having Android. I've talked about this on the show too, and when I did an episode on the warts talking about toxic people who get upset that you use an Android device or you use an iOS device. And they sit there on Facebook getting there but I hate Android. And I'm like, I don't care. Enjoy what you use. If you're upset of me using an Apple device, I don't know what to tell you. You need to get some hobbies, because they're all as good as each other, whatever works for you. We're going to wrap this up for today. So Dominic says in the chat, who doesn't love talking about poop? Well, he's got a point. We're a strange species because we love shit for some reason. I don't know what it is. We're fascinated by shit. Where am I taking this whole thing? I don't know. So we're going to go out today. I'll let you know. I'm going to play Neja's brand new single, which just dropped only 2 hours before today's show. And she's been working her absolute arse off on this to get this all done, which is incredibly amazing. But I will, before we go on, is there a poop song in your horizon?
Well, my kids have been talking about it, that I need to make one, so it's possible.
All right, folks. So you heard it here. You've heard an exclusive. There could be a poop song in 2022. Oh man, this shit's going down the toilet big time, and that was a pun not intended. But we are going to go out today with a brand new track, and I do have one last question that I ask everybody. But firstly, I want to thank you for coming on the show at such short notice. I want to thank you for the music that you create, and for being so honest and talking about your health and stuff like that. I had no idea about that before the show, and I think I can speak for everybody here too that we're absolutely all thinking of you 100%, and always wishing you well, and it's an incredible thing to have to deal with, and I'm so glad that you have this outlet to create such fantastic music for us all, because it's making us all smile. So thank you so very much for that. It's incredible what you're doing. Folks, all of Neja's music is available in the description, so you can go and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Go to Spotify and Apple. There's a Song Whip link there, so you can go get all her music, and if you don't, I'm coming for you. So go and do that after the show. I will ask you my final question, which... there's always a preemptive answer. The answer is pretty much in stone. If someone was thinking about being creative, when do you think would be the best time for them to start?
The second that when they get an inspiration.
Absolutely. It's a loaded question. It's always the same answer each time. So, once again, I want to thank you for coming on. Is there anything you want to tell folks here before you go? Or what? I know you're a very spontaneous person, so you probably don't have plans for your next release yet, which is great. Anything else you want to say to everybody who's joined us today?
Well, I want to thank you for having me tonight. And definitely, guys, you made me feel accepted, and I appreciate it so much. I started this, I never thought I would actually have people listening. And when you listen and comment, it means the world to me. So thank you all.
Absolutely. It's been my pleasure to have you on and to get to know you a little bit more, as with everybody I have on the show. I feel like when I have someone on, I know them through their music at first, and now I know you as a friend, which makes me so happy inside that anytime I can reach out and say hi, and we know each other a little bit better, which is super cool. And as everybody's saying here, like Kim's saying, you're awesome. Everybody thinks you're absolutely fucking awesome. So keep being awesome, because you do it so well. Folks, this is a brand new track by Just Neja, and this is called Sing Out of Tune. Do you want to tell us a little bit how this whole thing came together?
Well, I have a dear, dear friend, and we're like two broken girls supporting each other. And when we get really upset, we say we're gonna buy an island and go there. And the last time we talked, I said, and we're gonna sing out of tune. And when I hung off the phone, I thought, well, I need to write a song about this. And I did. And also, please notice my awesome kazoo, because kazoo is like the best thing ever.
This is all, it's all, you thought, folks, it used to be all about the cowbell. And now it's not about cowbell, it's all about the kazoo. From now on in, it's all about the kazoo. Thank you all, guys, for being here today and supporting the channel as always, and supporting my amazing artists that I have on the show and creators each week. You guys rock. The next time I'll be back will be on Saturday for most of you living in the past. I'll be doing an opening hour this week, which I'll be singing classic songs from all eras. So look out for that. And then back to usual with the usual shows. I have tomorrow off, which I'm looking forward to. So without further ado, and I will ask you, Neja, to please hang on the line. And once the show's over, we'll have a quick catch up and I'll let you go after that. This is Sing Out of Tune, because it doesn't matter if you sing in tune or out of tune. Just have fun doing it at the end of the day. This is Sing Out of Tune, and we'll see you all again shortly. See you later, everybody. Enjoy the track. Bye.
I have a stain on my shirt. No, I won't change. I'm not afraid of the dirt. I'd rather go outside and watch the squirrels play. There's a hole in my shoe that ain't enough to make me blue. I'll put my feet up and dream of a better day, when I will sing out of tune and I'll be dancing with the moon. I'll send a letter to a cloud and play primroses way too loud. Yeah, I will sing out of tune. 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 Yeah, I will sing out of tune. 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 I will sing out of tune, I will sing out of tune, yeah, I will sing out of tune. I will sing out of tune, I will sing out of tune. No, Someone will tell me that I can't, I'll just keep singing till the end. I'll do whatever I want, 'cause I'll be able to. I'll put my spark in second gear and wipe my dirty sunshield clear. Remember that island, baby, it's waiting for me and you. Where we will sing out of tune and we'll be dancing with the moon. We'll send a letter to a cloud and play primroses way too loud. Yeah, we will sing out of tune. 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 Yeah, we will sing out of tune. 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 Yeah, we will sing out of tune. We will sing out of tune. We will sing out of tune. You can try to tell us that we can't, but we will sing out of tune and we'll be dancing with the moon. We'll send a letter to a cloud and play primroses way too loud. Yeah, we will sing out of tune. 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 Yeah, we will sing out of tune. 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 Yeah, we will sing out of tune. 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 Yeah, we will sing out of tune. We will sing out of tune. We will sing out of tune. We will sing out of tune.
Don't forget, folks, 20 minutes time. Night Train 1988 has a album launch happening. I've just popped a link in the chat. Please head over and support him. He's an amazing artist as well, who's been on the show. I'll see you all soon. You guys rock. Bye-bye.